Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is spectacular Wheel of Fortune. Right away, things are improving. Things are getting better. You're starting to swing back up to the top of the wheel, right? I feel like with this card, when it comes out, especially the very first card, it says, don't worry, things are getting better. Your life is improving. Things are looking up. We're on the upswing of the wheel. Now, it may lately have felt like you've kind of been on the bottom of the wheel, you know, like where the rubber meets the road, kind of getting ground into dust, perhaps. I think that feeling is going out and prosperity is coming in. All right, let's put this into some context, but that's very good news. Very good news. And I think really it's talking about change. This is a card of change. This is the card of the timing of change, right? This is the cosmic wristwatch. This is Spirit's timepiece. And we don't know how that clock works. We don't pretend to understand cosmic time or spiritual time, right? Things happen when they happen, and sometimes we are happy with the timing, sometimes not. But our approval is not required. Our participation is not even required. So when this wheel starts turning, we best just grab on and take the ride. You know, let's enjoy what's happening now as things are improving rather than kind of lamenting where we have been, right? Now we've got a Prince of Cups, a Princess of Pentacles, and there's Change. There's the Death card. And we've got the Justice or Adjustment card. Now the Death card is change itself. The Wheel of Fortune is the timing of that change, of the way either this change happens very quickly or very slowly. Usually the Death card is slow and steady, but our perception of time, we may feel like things are happening real quick. I think in your case it's kind of like, gosh, about time. You know, maybe we feel like this wheel has been turning so slow, and these changes, the improvement of our life, getting out from underneath the wheel, has just been a long, grueling process, but it's here now, okay? And look at that. Now it's starting to speed up. Now we've got some fire energy here. A Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles, the World or Universe card, and a Three of Pentacles. The World or Universe card's in the position of the obstacle or of what we don't want. And I think really this card's saying we don't want things to slow down again. Now that things are speeding up and we're noticing our life improving faster and faster and faster, we don't want to get kind of lost in space. We don't want to feel like we're just kind of floating in the infinite and you know, there's no end in sight, right? So the Universe card kind of talks about things slowing down, where we're looking at the way the universe works, right? Things happen slowly over time. Even though really everything is flying around at just kind of crazy speeds in outer space. But from our perspective, those stars are barely moving. Even the planets kind of barely move, right? We perceive things as happening very slowly when in fact things are happening very fast-paced, okay? Mystery card. Let's select the mystery card. This is really, really good energy. I think we're tapping into all sorts of things here. And this is the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. It's a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to put it down right here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the very end of the reading. Okay. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise. Okay. All right. Major. Let's see, a lot of major arcana. Really tapping into a lot of energy here. We've got the change happening. We've got the timing of it. You've got a sense of discernment, a sense of balance, a sense of justice. This is your ability to really judge the things that are happening in your life and being able to say no to things that aren't part of your prosperity, part of your ascension, part of you kind of getting to the top of the wheel. We're able to say no to stuff. So you have a standard against which to weigh things. You know who you are. You know what you want. And so any experience that you have the responsibility, the duty to weigh it and say, nope, I'm taking this, right? And so that is how you really stay on track. You don't get distracted by stuff that is only going to drag you down. Yeah, that's the Justice card. And then we've got also the High Priestess. This is your ability to kind of know how to make that decision, right? That's the spiritual intuition, instinct, the connection with spirit that's allowing you to make the right choice, allowing you to weigh things properly in your life. Yeah, and that's very important for you. We talked about the World or Universe card. There is a positive aspect to this card, but first I want to point out that the Knight of Wands is your power card in action. So it's kind of like you've been kind of suffering and enduring. You've been keeping the faith, right? With that, with the Prince of Cups here, you've been keeping the faith. And it's interesting now, this figure here, because I was going to say, I feel like you're holding a mug or a coffee cup or something, and that's what that figure right here is doing. And I kind of feel like you're kind of like you're the night watch. You know, you've just been kind of sitting here with your coffee, waiting. Just, you know, you're getting paid to sit here, but nothing's really going on. You know what I mean? It's like you're the overnight kind of, you know, security or something, where it's just your job is to sit here and wait. So you got your coffee, you've got something else to keep you busy. I feel like a lot of you do have something, a coffee mug or something in your hand. Maybe it's like a water thing or like a travel kind of coffee mug. And there's some letters, there's some words on it, or so. I don't know if it's your name or if it says, like, I don't know what it says on there. It's something. There's some words there. We're maintaining, we're keeping the faith. We're just trying to be patient. We're trying to occupy our time. Trying not to be overwhelmed by our feelings when we're at the bottom of that wheel. It sucks. When this is just not our time to ascend, it just kind of like, I'm just sitting here suffering, enduring it. I'm sitting here with my coffee, just waiting for the night to end, right? Waiting for my shift to end. So it does feel kind of like a night watch kind of thing going on. And I don't know, maybe you do some sort of graveyard work, or you do like overnight work sometimes. Because I feel like you do have some familiarity with that, where it's just things are, maybe it's, I don't know, overnight, like, I don't know, gas station or a grocery store or something like that. Where it's like there's not a lot going on, but you're there anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if someone out there has that kind of a job or something. But I feel like this is really the certainty that you have that things are getting better, that things will get better, and we're just trying to endure while we can. And I think what you're doing during that time is really this Princess of Pentacles stuff. You're using your imagination to go through all of these possibilities. The Princess of Pentacles is saying nothing is impossible. It's infinite what you can accomplish. So this is kind of like, yeah, when this business starts taking off, or when I get the promotion, or whatever, when we start going to the top of the wheel, when things start turning around for us, these are all the things that we're going to do. Yeah. Travel. I think you're someone that really is interested in traveling. I feel something about you going north. And I don't know if you are from the north, or if maybe that's where you are now, but I feel like you're going north. And I don't know where you are now, so I don't know where you're going to end up, but I feel like it's north, you know. So I think traveling is a big part of what you want to do. And I think that you have this, you have a lot of plans. You've got a lot of, not even plans. There's no swords cards here, right? So it's not like a lot of plans. It's a lot of vision. That makes sense? I feel like you've got a lot. I feel like this is the raw material. This is the wilderness. And you just got the vision of like what you're going to build here. What kind of land, what kind of village, town, city, what kind of life you're going to build here. Yeah, a lot of plans, a lot of vision in you. And what we see with the Knight of Wands, of course, is the activity. This is kind of the initiation. This is when you finally get the call. You know what I'm just thinking? Maybe you do. Maybe you're one of those. You're like a paramedic or a firefighter or something. Which, to me, it feels like there's a lot of kind of waiting around, and then you get the call. Right? Something like that. Something with waiting around and then getting the call. Well, this is you getting the call. And we're activated. And I think this is when Spirit really calls for you to put your plans, put your vision into action. Take your vision, your dream, and make it a reality now. Okay? I think that in your downtime, you do spend a lot of time kind of, I don't know if it's daydreaming. I guess it's daydreaming. But having these visions and these dreams about what you want to do. Just visualizing them in your mind. You know, to a very vivid degree, and to a degree where there's no question it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when things are going to get rolling. So I don't know if you're waiting on some sort of a business thing or a creative thing, or waiting on some other people, or I don't know exactly what's going on, but you have no doubt that it's going to happen. And then, of course, this is you getting the call. This is that activation. Yeah. And I feel like from here it's really just like doing the work. I mean, there's nothing more that comes after this. Yeah, we've got the High Priestess, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Universe, but we got the Three of Pentacles too. And as we move over to the path of the Serpent, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it really does help out the channel. We are almost at 200K. I can't believe it. It really is because of all of you. And I really thank you. High Priestess. This is your connection with Spirit. This is your intuition. This is your gut feeling about things. And I think that you're able to just kind of sit here with your coffee cup because you have this intuition. You have this certainty in your gut that, yeah, things are going to happen. That eventually you're going to get the call, that your energy is going to be activated, and it's going to be time for you to get to work, right? For you to really do what you do. And to me, it feels like it's kind of that firefighter thing. I don't know if you're the firefighter, if somebody in your life is or was. I'm getting kind of an older male energy in your life. And I think maybe it's dad or grandpa. I feel like they've passed. I feel like they were the same way. They had the same kind of energy. I don't know if your birthdays are around the same time, because I feel like they have a very similar energy to you. And I feel like maybe they were the firefighter. But they, in whatever way, they know about that energy too, about waiting around with this calm, collected, very, very certain energy until you get the call. Right? And I don't know what that was. Maybe they were reserve military or something like that, right? Something like that. And I don't know if you are in the same field of work or activity, but you're very familiar with that kind of thing, that maybe when you were growing up, your dad was always on call, right? At whatever kind of job or career they were in. But they would just be going from this kind of calm, relaxed energy, and then they'd get the call and they'd have to just fully activate, even from like a dead sleep at night, they get the call, But the High Priestess, I think, is really the certainty that is driving this Prince of Cups here, allowing you to really just daydream. And there's no anxiety. There's none of this like, you're going to get the call, so we spend every moment just kind of anxious waiting. There's a calm here. There's a balance. There's space within you to to dream and daydream and connect with spirit. Okay. Did Dad have something wrong with the kidneys? I feel something with both sides of the back there, with like the kidney area. I don't know if it's an injury or if there was some sort of kidney disease or something there. I don't know what that is exactly. Let's talk about the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles really is the way that you're taking this kind of daydream, but it's a very practical thing. Okay, because the Knight of Pentacles is that energy that can see into the future and knows, based on who I am, what I'm doing right now, I can see who I am, where I'll be, what I'll be doing 5, 10 years from now. This is the vision of the future. This is the card that can see the future. And what I mean by that is you understand that every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating that future. So you can predict the future just by looking at what you're doing now, who you are now. The choices that you make, the decisions, the way you judge things and make decisions now is affecting who you will be in the future. And you have this dream, you have this vision that you're trying to make a reality. And this is how you're doing that, by knowing that every choice you make now is either helping you to create this dream, this reality, or it is hindering your progress, right? So we're very much aware of what we're doing. And yeah, maybe we're in this kind of grueling position now. Maybe we're in this really kind of almost insufferable position in life right now, but we know that what we're doing is helping us create our best life, our dream life. Yeah. And the good news is, of course, we've got that Death card and that Wheel of Fortune card. So things are looking up. Things are turning around. You're coming up from the bottom of the wheel, and it's your time to really rise and shine, ultimately, right? And so this is really that your certainty is proving to be correct. Your intuition, your gut feeling is proving to be correct, because you are going to be called and activated, and it's going to be rapid success. It's going to be prosperity that comes on very quickly for you. Yeah, very quickly for you. And I think you are someone that I feel like you've lost a lot of people in your life. The Death card here behind us, this is you kind of understanding the flow of life and the way things change and the way that progress is sometimes slow and steady. And we've just got to try to be okay with that and make good use of our time while it's kind of being, stretched out. But I think that is also you understanding that everything is a flow, that things that you cling to, eventually you'll have to let go of. People, places, things, ideas, dreams even, right? So I feel like you've had to let go of a lot. I feel like who you are and what you are and where you are in life has gone through a lot of changes, right? Maybe a lot of physical transformation, a lot of emotional growth, a lot of intellectual evolution. And in terms of what you have, the people that you have, even possessions too, right? I think you've been through a lot of change, a lot of evolution in your life. Yeah. The World or Universe card in this position, again, we don't want things to slow down again. We don't want to feel like we are on this infinite journey that's light years away and we've just got to try to find something to do while we are sailing through space and time, waiting to get to our destination. I think it's time now for us to take this World or Universe card and make it a reality. And see, it's kind of the same thing. This is like the infinite vast universe, and this is the infinite vast universe, but now it's here, it's manifested. It's like something that we can perceive and touch and move around and interact with, right? Rather than it being perhaps just something ethereal and intangible, it's something now that we are making tangible. Right. So this is really, I think, talking about your dream is manifesting. All these plans, this vision that you've had, is turning into something that you can interact with, something that's, solid and real. Right. And the Three of Pentacles at the very end, this is you understanding the process of creation, on the physical plane. Now, I used to anyway, back in the day when I first started the channel, I used to always think of this card as the drone. And now I'm kind of getting that impression again. So I don't know if do you have a drone? Is that something that you do in your spare time, is fly a drone? I don't know, those little things with all the fans on the bottom. And I would say that this card is kind of like that, because you understand that each of those fans, every component of that drone, those fans at the bottom, they all have to be spinning at the same speed so that the drone can rise evenly. And we can rise up that wheel of fortune, right? So you understand the proper proportion of effort. You understand that it's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, right? Mind, body, soul all have to be in harmony. We have to be working together within ourselves for this to be possible, for us to take our infinite universe and make it something manifested and tangible. We have to have cooperation with the people around us, with the environment that we find ourselves in, right? So when you get the call, you've got to be ready internally, and you've got to be ready to work with whoever shows up on that scene with you, right? Whoever you're working with on that shift, you've got to be a team, right? This is kind of the card of teamwork here, in a way. Internal teamwork, and then in our environment as well. So there is a lot of very significant progress happening in your life right now. That Wheel of Fortune, I mean, we don't even have a whole lot to say about that card. We know what that is. It's expansion. It's your life progressing and evolving in different directions equally. We're not looking for like an oblong kind of wheel, right? We want a perfectly round circle, a perfect circle, right? Shout out to Maynard. I hear he's a fan of the channel, by the way. I heard that from a friend. He watches the channel, so shout out to Maynard if you're watching. We want progress in this kind of complete circle, in a very kind of well-rounded way, right? And so in terms of our physical existence, our physical health, our finances, our intimate relationships, our intellectual pursuits, our creative pursuits, our relationship with spirit, with the divine energy, with the great beyond, the great mystery of life. We want all of those things. We want to make progress in all of those areas. And the Wheel of Fortune is that kind of card that says everything is expanding out equally, right, with kind of equal force. And so I think this is really, really good for you. And I think that you have had, I feel like a lot of time to understand that, to know what you want in life, and to make these connections. I think you are a well-rounded person. I think you're very intelligent, but very creative. I think that you have very good people skills, but you're also very introspective and very thoughtful. Very well-rounded, right? Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe we'll see another. I want to see something round. I'm seeing a 4. I'm thinking 4 of Wands, but in the Thoth deck, and it's not going to work for this one. I am thinking of something else that's round, though. So maybe this is going to be an Ace of Pentacles. I think that would be pretty nice. Maybe another Wheel of Fortune. Who knows? Those are my 2 predictions. If you have a guess or a prediction, put it down in the comments. All right. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the Magician. Magician, even better. The Magician is the perfect conduit for manifestation. Right? When we go from fire to earth, from our vision to reality, we need the Magician to be the conductor of that electricity, right? And I always talk about this, fire to earth, right? Heaven to earth, idea to implementation, inspiration to reality, will to action, impulse to behavior, right? Above to below. We need something to conduct that electricity. And Mercury, Magician, is the perfect conductor. Although somebody told me in the comments, and I'm thankful, a couple people did, thank you for those that mentioned this, that silver is the best conductor of electricity. And that may be totally fine and true in a very scientific and practical way, but it makes sense metaphysically too. Because what is silver in metaphysics but the moon? And what is the moon but none other than the high priestess? So it's through that intuition that we conduct our fire to earth, our vision to reality. And the heart and the mind, the thinking and the feeling, which we don't really see a lot of here, right? There's no swords, there's no cup cards really. We've got the Prince of Cups, but so our heart and our mind aren't interfering with that flow of creation, with that electrical circuit. What we have is the silver to perfectly conduct our vision to reality. And that's why the high priestess is why there is that absolute certainty in what you're doing, because you have that perfect conductor, that silver, right? I hope that makes sense. But this, when I read the comment that silver was the perfect conductor of electricity, it blew my mind because it made sense both logically, physically, but then metaphysically too. It makes perfect sense. We'll get into it more in future readings, but I really liked that, and I really am thankful to those people that made that comment about the silver. So we have the magician anyway, and the magician is not silver. It's quicksilver, so maybe there is the connection there. But this is your ability to really manifest that vision into reality. And the magician needs to have that certainty, needs to be 100% certain that it's going to pull this thing off. Any doubt, if the magician on stage is a little bit insecure, their magic is going to fail, right? And it's not an arrogance, right? They're not pompous. It's not that. It's just confidence. It's self-assured. It's connected with intuition and with instinct, with spirit. And there's no doubt that this is going to be magic. Yeah. Very impressed by you, Aries. This is very, very good energy. We're going to do an extended reading as well if you want to stick around for that. Click on the link that should be up in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday. I'm here every day, though. Just come on back. See me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.